Hi guys, welcome back to my studio. Today I want to show you how I make these funny little egg plates. They're just little fried eggs, super duper simple to make. And I think they're funny, they're fun. They get a lot of comments at my markets. I haven't sold like an extreme amount of them, but they certainly get admired a lot, which is always a fun conversation starter. I've actually had people leave my booth, go grab their friend, and pull them into my booth just to show them the eggs. And I had another person come in, and I've been selling my stuff at a bookstore and a downtown store too. So one of them, this person had bought one of these egg plates at the bookstore, and she came up to me and said, "Oh my gosh, I bought your plate, and I use it for tea bags." So I think that's awesome. Or I use mine for like a spoon rest. Anyway, they're super fun, super simple. Let me show you how I make them. All right, first thing first, you need some clay, obviously. So, and a wire tool is very helpful as well. So I'm gonna just take a slice of clay. No particular thickness, just a chunk of clay. And then I'm gonna roll it out. I like this rolling pin. It's just like a pastry one, but I can, with these guides on the end, it gets a very consistent depth, thickness, whatever. So I find that really helpful. When I'm rolling this out, I'm trying to roll from a few different angles, because apparently it warps if you don't. I've always just rolled it from different ways, so I don't know. I hear it warps. Or like it'll come out not the shape you want. Starting to stick a little. This is cornstarch. Just in a piece of fabric with a rubber band around. And that helps the clay not stick. Alright, and then I just like to use a water bottle. Get the clay slightly wet. And use my nice wide rubber rib to smooth out the clay. Just easier to smooth it if it's all in one chunk still. I'll do the same for the back. Alright, there we go. And then I'm going to roll out a second piece of clay, because there's two parts to this. There's the egg white and the egg yolk. Sorry, my lighting's all crazy. Egg yolk, egg white. I get so much sun in the afternoon in my studio, it is crazy. So I'll try to do it in the sun. So the egg white is one piece, the egg yolk is another. So I'm going to roll out two bits of clay, or you could do it all from one. I'm rolling out two. There we go, now everything's in the sun, you can see it. Alright, smoothing things out just like before. And then here's a little trick I like to do. I like to put plastic wrap over the yolk part. So I don't have to smooth it. It must be already rounded, which is really handy. I'll show you what I mean, if that doesn't make sense. So for the yolk, this isn't a sharp corner, but if I cut it out just with a cookie cutter, it will be a sharp corner. So by putting the plastic wrap over it, it makes a rounded corner, a rounded edge. Right, so by putting plastic wrap over, I'll get a nice rounded edge. I'm going to make a bunch of these today because all the ones I took to the bookstore sold, so apparently that's a good market for them, which is fun. I'm glad people are enjoying them. Alright, there's that. I'm going to pull you over so you can see what I mean by the rounded edges. So you see how this is already smooth at the top? And the plastic wrap really helps with that. So we peel that back, and there are our yolks all ready to go. All right, and then for the white part, I really just freehand it, which maybe sounds a little crazy, but that's what I do. So I'm gonna put it down, and then I'm just gonna freehand a kind of eggy shape. All right, there's one. I like to do the egg yolk offset, so if someone wants to put something there on that side, they can. It's kind of the only sort of rule I'm following for myself here. All right, so pretty much just that. Okay, so I've got the whites, the yolks, and then all this can just go. Don't need that at all right now. So here's my plates, and I'm actually going to stamp them and flip them. I've got my maker's mark on there. I'll smooth this edge before I flip them over. Okay, there they are. The next step is to attach the yolk to the plate. So I'm going to do that by scoring the yolk and scoring where I want the yolk, which in this case is right there. I'm going to trace around that very lightly. I have a pretty good idea where that goes. And then I like to not use slips. I just use a little vinegar. Works great, and it is easier, in my opinion, because I can just keep it on hand, whereas slip I have to not let it get too dry and with everything, so I find this easier. So put that on, and then just going to press down the egg yolk. Make sure it's nice and adhered. Smooth around the edge. You can also smooth around the edge with a paintbrush. I think that actually works better. Looking like an egg. And then, final steps. Let's make sure everything's smooth. I'm going to smooth that edge again. And then I'm going to go along and pick up the edge. Alright, so you see how this has a bit of a raised edge. So it makes more of a plate than just a splat. I just do that by pinching around. Not really pinching. I like pulling it up gently. It's kind of a pinchy movement though. I'm not making any thinner, just picking up the edges. Alright. And the edges always end up a little bit kind of wavy, which I think is perfect for fried eggs, so it works out. I will actually come back. I will cover this overnight and then come back tomorrow and smooth the edges again. It's a little easier when they're a little bit more firm. Anyway, so there it is. That is how I go from clay to an egg plate. So then I bisque this and put some glaze on there. This is just a white glaze that I mixed up, and that's just a yellow. Pretty straightforward. I brushed them on. I like dipping glaze better, but I brushed it on because otherwise it doesn't get in the right spots. And then I fired it again, and that is absolutely it. Super, super simple project. Really, really cute, and always a hit at markets. At least in conversation. People love talking about these, so way fun, and I'm gonna make some more. There you have it. Fried eggs. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.